Hello, this is a Pegasus Astro Fucus Cube. There we go. I have opened the box, but I thought I'd show you what you get inside a box. So let's open it up and have a look. So first of all, the Focus Cube is actually in here. Now I've obviously taken this out, but I wanted to show you. It comes in a very, very, very tight plastic bag. Now I've already taken this out because it takes about 5 minutes to take it out without ripping the bag, because I quite like to reuse nice bags because I don't want to waste them. So there we go, there's the Focus Cube, which would fit nice and snugly just in there. It's a blue anodized finish and it's very pretty, very pretty. It's got 3 sockets on. You have your USB socket here. You have what's called an EXT socket, which is just there. And then you have a 12 volt DC in. It does not come with a power supply, so you have to provide it with 12 volts DC. Now, I did notice, because I already have one of these, which I bought last year, I noticed that the anodized finish on this one is a lighter color from the previous one. I don't believe it's a problem in any way, it just is something that I noticed. So it's a darker blue on my first one, and this one has a slightly lighter blue. So that is the Focus Cube, and it's very nice. It's not too heavy, and yes, there we go, Focus Cube. Next in the box, we have a USB lead. We have some barrels which connect from the focus shaft here to your actual physical focuser shaft. Now these have different diameter holes in them. So that one's quite a large hole and that one's quite small. So you can probably see those there. So these connect from the focuser to the Focus Cube itself. And of course, these are all supplied like this so that you can fit the correct one to your focuser. Next we have a temperature sensor. This is a temperature sensor. I have to confess, I've never used one of these, but I'm quite interested to find out exactly how these work. But basically it has what looks to be an RJ45 plug there, and that will plug into the EXT, so that's for the sensor there. Now that would be for changes in temperature, which inevitably would mean that your telescope will have cooled or warmed slightly potentially during the night, and therefore it will need to refocus because it will have expanded or contracted. So that's what the temperature sensor is for. You would set it up in your software so that if you maybe had a degree or 2 degrees change, you would get it to refocus your telescope. Next we have the brackets. Now this is the universal Focus Cube, and in here it looks like it has some screws to assemble the brackets and then a 3-part bracket system which you assemble according to the size of your focuser. And then these parts screw onto the 4 screws which we have here. So this one here will actually screw on there like that. And then these ones you will screw according to how you want it to be mounted onto your focuser itself. And now we have some washers and different size bolts which can be used to attach it to different types of focusers. That's everything that you get in the box, so the box is now empty. It's quite a comprehensive kit and it is beautifully made. It is a very nicely manufactured piece of equipment. I've now got my 200 PDS, which is here, and this is my first Pegasus Astro Fucus Cube. And you can see, if I hold the two together, they're a slightly different colour. One is a darker and the other one is a lighter. It's not a problem, it's just different manufacturing batches. but apart from that, they are absolutely identical in every way. I wanted to show how this one had been mounted. You can see an additional mounting plate, which is here, and then at 90 degrees, there's the other mounting plate, which is here, and that's just screwed into the focuser. Now, in an ideal world, I would put another screw in there, but when I fitted this, I was a little bit lazy and I didn't put the extra screw in. It hasn't affected the performance, although it does slightly move, just a tiny little bit, but I'm not too worried. I will put in another screw when I get around to it. The focus knob on this side, so that's the dual speed focus knob, the single speed focus knob just unscrews, and there's a tiny hole just in there which is used to remove the focus knob, and the equivalent hole is just there on this one. And you rotate the focuser until you see a grub screw, and then you unscrew the grub screw, and once you've done that, you're able to remove the whole focus knob. On this particular scope as well, I've put some black electrical tape around the base of the focuser, which is just here, and that is to prevent any light leaks getting underneath the focuser. And then the imaging chain, I have some spacers, which is here, a filter drawer, and then my 269C, and then I wrap around this whole thing a piece of felt like this, and then I just tie some string around it. Now, the whole point of doing it just around the base here is to stop any additional light leaks, but to still keep the air vents on these fins free, so that the fan on the back of the camera, because this is all part of the cooling system for the camera, that is all kept completely free so that air can flow to cool the camera, but I can still block the light leaks. So that is how I have fitted the Pegasus Astro Fucus Cube to a 200 PDS. I'm on the Pegasus Astro website. This is the Focuscube website, and under the support tab here you go to download and you will get this page here. Now what you want to install is the Unity platform, and if you scroll down you can click here to install Unity. Now I have my Focuscube here, and on my desk I'm going to plug it in. When you plug it in for the first time, there are some little LEDs here which flash a couple of times the moment you plug the power in. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to plug the power in, and the LEDs just flash there. And now I'm going to plug in a USB lead as well. So that's now fully plugged in on my desk here, and I'm going to go into Unity. This is what loads when you first open up Unity. You get a black box and then a message which you can choose to read, and then you can hide during startup if you wish. Now the software has automatically found my device, which is the Focuscube, so you click on the Focuscube. Great, and it's now opened up the full Focuscube software. Now I've not plugged in the temperature sensor at this point. If I had, it would be reading the temperature in this area here. And you can see now on the actual device itself you have a little green LED to say it is connected. That's pretty much all that you have to do. It's really straightforward to connect, and if we look now and I hold the actual device, you should hopefully be able to see that the numbers are changing when I focus in and out, and I can feel it vibrating in my hand here. What I'll do is I'll hold it close to the microphone, and you can probably just hear that vibrating, and that's the actual spindle here rotating. And that's pretty much it. That's how you connect your Focuscube in the Unity platform, which is really straightforward. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I am about 30 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers, which is astonishing. And I am incredibly grateful to you all for subscribing. So help me get to 1,000 if you can. I'll be very grateful. Take care, everybody.